Hi, welcome to Lynn's Recipes. Today I'm going to make a crumb-topped cranberry cake. This will be perfect for a holiday brunch or dessert. The amounts of the ingredients that you're going to need to make the recipe will be listed in the information box below, or you can find it on the website. The ingredients are: you'll need all-purpose flour, granulated sugar, baking soda, baking powder, cream cheese that you've divided, canola oil, vanilla extract, whole cranberry sauce. You'll need eggs that are separated. You'll be using these two different steps of the recipe. Milk, flaked coconut, and for the topping you'll need some more flour, some more granulated sugar, and cold butter. What you're going to need to do is preheat your oven to 350 degrees, and you will need to either grease and flour a springform pan, this one's 9 inches, or spray it with a baking cooking spray, which is what I've done. I'm going to start by taking a big bowl and adding my flour. Get it all out of there. Sugar. And the baking powder and the baking soda. I'm just going to take a whisk and just kind of mix this all together. Just get it all incorporated. Then I'm going to take a pastry cutter. If you don't have one of these, you can use 2 forks, or you could even just use your hands, and put 3 ounces of the cream cheese in the flour mixture, and then I'm just going to start cutting it into the flour and sugar mixture. Okay, so I have cut my cream cheese into this flour mixture, and it looks like fine crumbs, and so now we're ready to move on to the next step. Now I'm going to mix my liquids together in another bowl, and I'm going to put in the milk and one of the eggs and my canola oil. And I'm just going to whisk this all together. Just whisk until it's all well blended. Okay, that looks good. So now I'm going to pull this mixture back over and pour this in and just stir to combine. Okay, so this is mixed together. So now I'm just going to clean this off. And I've got my pan here that's ready, and I'm going to spread this in the bottom of the springform pan. Okay, last little bit. So this is the first layer, and I'm just making sure it's spread evenly in the bottom of the pan, and now I'm going to move on to the next layer. For the next layer, I'm going to add the remaining cream cheese, and the other egg, and the vanilla. And I'm going to use my little mixer, and we're going to mix this together. Okay, so that's all done. So now what we're going to do is spread this layer on top of the first layer. You have to do it carefully. Okay, so that looks really good. And so now we're going to set this aside again and move on to the next step. The next step is to sprinkle the coconut over top. And just try to get it evenly distributed. And then we're going to take our whole cranberry sauce and just dollop it all over the top. Not in any particular pattern, just like that. Try to spread it out just a tad bit. Okay, and now I'm going to move on to the crumb topping. And now for the crumb topping, I'm going to add this flour and the sugar and our cold butter into this bowl. And I'm going to take my pastry blender again and just cut the butter into the sugar and the flour. And again, if you don't have a pastry blender, you can just use either a fork or a knife. It works the same. You probably wouldn't want to use your hands on the crumb topping because you want your butter to remain cold, and that would make it a little bit warm, and that's not what you're looking for. You want it to stay cold. Okay, my crumb topping is all done. So now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to start sprinkling it on the top of the cranberry sauce, just to kind of cover. Okay. Now this goes into my 350-degree preheated oven for 50 to 55 minutes or until it's golden brown. My crumb-topped cranberry cake cooked for 55 minutes, and now I've taken it out of the oven and I'm just going to let it cool in this cooling rack for at least 15 minutes. My cake has cooled in the pan for about 15 minutes, and now I'm going to take a knife and just run it along the edge just to make sure nothing has stuck. Okay, and now I'm going to actually set it on this plate and then release the side of the springform pan and take it off. I'm going to let it cool for a little bit longer before I slice a piece. Now I want to cut a piece of this cake and show you what it looks like. Smells really good. Just get a wedge of it out of here. This is crumb-topped cranberry cake. I hope you enjoy it.